Hi everyone, welcome back to the PPL, the Pro Padel League here in Miami. Beautiful city, an amazing place, the Ultra Club Miami. So it's the final matchup of the day and a chance to see the world's best padel players. Help me welcome the Flowrida Goats and Miami Padel Club. So let's introduce you the teams. First, the women of Flowrida Goats. There are Paloma, Cortina and Nuria Rodriguez. The women of Flowrida, Gemma Triay from Spain and Aranza Osoro from Argentina. The men of Flowrida, the Pablos, Pablo Lijo from Spain and Pablo Lima from Brazil. And the men of Miami, John Sand from Spain, y el Mozart de Catamarca, Agustín Tapia from Argentina.
The final matchup of the day between the Miami Padel Club and, of course, the Flowrida Goats. As we get set to see the world's best paddle players on display, we will start with our women's matchup. This best 2 of 3 in this series is not necessarily determining the semifinals by any means at this point, but Florida still looking to strike as they have yet to find a series win, and it's going to be tough. Their opponent, well, they haven't found anything but wins to this point. The Miami Padel Club rounded out with the world's best man and woman in the sport of paddle. Adriana Sanchez, as well as Agustin Tapia. We'll get a chance to see the women in action beforehand, and it's a little bit of a different lineup in this matchup, as we'll get a chance to see Nuria Rodriguez playing alongside Paloma Cortina for Miami. On the women's, Adriana Sanchez will be playing in the mixed matchup. And for the ladies, for the Flowrida Goats, it's going to be Aranza Osoro playing alongside Gemma Triay. So a chance to see another top-tier pro. Gemma finding herself in many a final and in the top 3 in the world in terms of her individual ranking. Aranza Osoro ranks in the top 15 in the world as an individual. And Nuria Rodriguez in the top 23. Everyone's set and ready to have a good time. The VIP section is no doubt flowing. Just pouring a little gasolina on this matchup. The men will come up after this women's match as they get set to warm up. The mixed matchup will then follow. It's been the final day of the Red Robin format for this first event of the 2024 PPL season. It's a good look at Osoro and Rodriguez. We're just starting to hit the point of the day when things might just tend to drop off in terms of the temperatures. This would be a welcome sight to all 4 of these pros, as the last handful of hours have no doubt increased in terms of the humidity and the temperatures well at about the high 80s, low 90s as you see the matchup now. Paloma Cortina and Nuria Rodriguez, Gemma Triay and Aranza Osoro. Miami's had a fantastic tournament. They came into this as the favorite with such a heavy laden roster. So many big names as you go down the list. And for Orlando, they have, if fantastic duo coming up in their men's matchup. It's Team Pablo Lijo and Pablo Lima. Lima in the top 20 in the world. And Lijo has actually had a pretty solid tournament in terms of his individual performance. There's Aranza Osoro. She'll be playing the right side, otherwise known as the drive, for the Florida Goats. She is one that has a great personality about her, one of the best competitors, not scared to show her emotions, and man, is she sure fun to watch. She'll let you hear all the ins and outs of the sport as she plays. And there's Gemma Triay, mentioned a top player in the world, top 3 currently, playing the left side, the backhand side. She comes from Spain. She's been dealing with a little bit of a sickness after her last international event. However, it's been great to see her in action the last 2 days here in Miami. There's Paloma Cortina out of Spain as well. This will be our first chance to see Paloma in action on our championship court coverage. Miami women changing the lineup a little bit as they already have secured multiple wins, getting a chance for some other faces to get out on the court. So you will not see Ariana Sanchez for Miami in the women's match, but there's a look at Nadia Rodriguez, again from Spain, playing that left side. One of the great things in the 2024 season was the increased roster size. Miami utilizing that to their fullest extent. And currently on their roster, you could have up to 12. That was one of the differences from last season to this season. Notice there's been a few questions as to exactly how can you play in a PPL event. Well, you have to get drafted. You got to apply for the draft and then have one of these fantastic team owners, the 10 total team owners, draft you into place. I also say you got to be at the top of your game. We're talking about not just their average paddle players. We're talking the #1 players in the world. They're international superstars, and right now they're on the carpet in Miami. Had the addition, adding up to 8 international players onto your roster this year. It's been fun to see the world's best come together in this new and unique team format. Paddle traditionally just a duo sport. Your only responsibility is you and your partner and each other's success. However, once you get to the PPL format, things switch over. Must win best 2 of 3 in the series. And through this Red Robin period, through the first 4 days of competition, you'll actually play all 3 matches regardless of whether the score is 2-0 or 1-1. So the series can be won with both the men's and women's matches. However, in order to figure out our tie-break scenarios coming out of the round robin, got to get to those mixed matchups. Finishing up those last and final handful of warm-up smashes. This year with the draft, there are additional 20 top-ranked international players drafted into the league. 14 of those coming from Spain, a handful from Argentina. Draft consisted of 3 different rounds, including that first bid for the expansion teams. The Florida Goats being one of the 3 expansion teams this year. Everyone trying to find themselves under an umbrella, and rightly so. Oh man, she's even got a fan. Better grab your sunscreen. It's necessary for this matchup. Over 300 paddle players from over 20 different countries entered the draft this year. Everyone wanted to play in the PPL. And after seeing the first 4 days of action, can you blame them? 80% of the newly signed players ranking in the top 50 in the world. This matchup, you get a chance to see what makes them so special. Women's match nearing its start. Party is no doubt pumping here at the Ultra Paddle Club. We may not be in South Beach, but it sure as heck feels like it.
And Soto from Flowrida goes to serve.
First
Play.
serve. Soto.
Love.
Aranda with the serve. Showcasing early bandeja from Triay. More power from Gemma. Cutting off the angle. Great read,
Flowrida.
Gemma Triay.
Game Flowrida.
Four straight.
First game, first set.
A quick game for the Florida Goats. Great start. Miami Paddle Club already picking up multiple wins. They have been unbeaten. On the week, they went 2-1 versus the Los Angeles Beat. And 2-1 versus the San Diego Stingrays. And once more, 2-1 over the Toronto Polar Bears. 4 matches guaranteed in this round-robin format.
Ball 15.
Oh, what a ball. Osoto from the back glass, finding the cross-court short angle. Perfect location. Eyes even turned away from her target. Heck of an arm. Cortina.
15-30. $15-40.
Chance for a break for the Florida Goats.
$30-40.
Fight off one break point. Try, anticipating the receive. Tough serve to the glass. Well done, Nuria Rodriguez.
Deuce, golden point.
And a first look at a golden
And
point if you're just joining
receive.
us. Golden point means next point wins. You'll find it at deuce. One of the varied serving structures from tennis to paddle. an early break.
Game
The Florida
Flowrida.
Goats up 2-0.
Florida lead 2-2 first set. Gematria to serve. $50. Fall.
Second serve for Triay. Lifted right now, they're trying to find the top of Gemma Triay. Cortina not able to get a touch off the glass. In the right position.
$40.
Again, this is a massive task for Miami Paddle Club duo. Facing off against some top-tier talent, including Gemma Triay. Decided to rest Ariana Sanchez as well as Marta Taliban.
Game Florida.
And again,
Florida lead 3-2
quickly. Florida Goats out to a roaring start, up 3-0. Check in with the benches. Listen to the ins and outs of the world's best paddle players. Got a chance to see Daddy Yankee hanging out in the VIP section. That's because, well, this is his team, the Florida Goats, owned by none other than Puerto Rican rapper and artist Daddy
Paloma
Yankee.
Cortina to serve.
Massive supporter of paddle, and also massive lover of paddle. What I'm told, he's playing like 2 hours a day, as you should be too. Nice block. Osoro. Drop down to the feet of Triay. Strong swing. Looking for the quattro, however, it ends up staying in bounds. Nonetheless, the point
$50.
to Miami. Really rocking those Miami Vice colors. Trying to play outside the court. The court does have continuation outside the door. You can recover the ball back over the top of the fence and the glass to your opponent's side.
$40.
Seems like Miami found a little something after the change of ends. Fantastic Rulo. The inside-out overhead shot from Miami, picking up their first game.
Osoro to serve.
There's the kick smash.
$50.
Adding a ton of top spin and side spin, making that ball bounce off the carpet onto the glass and back to the net. A little extra something on that one. Oh, once more. One of the taller players in this PPL event on the women's side. Utilizes a ton of leverage on those overheads. Oh, the fake smash, changing the pace. There's the reaction from Osoro. High expectations on her own play. Another brilliant save. Miami, they're on the hustle. Florida Goats, though, just too much pressure, making the Miami Vice team move all over the court.
Game Flowrida. Flowrida
Quick game for the Florida Goats. Up 4-1.
¿Tanto, eh? Hoy te echarás, ¿eh? Vamos a hacer hacemos lo de bien. Va fenomenal. Muchas gracias. Vamos, niña. Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Ir hasta ahí, hasta donde está.
Nuria Rodríguez to serve.
Ahí atrás. No, llegamos acá hasta la punta.
Low 15.
For 1 lead for the Florida Goats. Still looking for their first series win in group play. Good serve, Rodriguez. On that serve, you are allowed to let that hit the glass. Play it. Most choosing to play it just before it gets there, like Tria just did. Oof. Ouch.
15-40.
Rodriguez's racket just hit the glass. There's no lack of hustle in this sport, I'll tell you that much. Strong volleys from Miami. Bit of miscommunication from Miami. Oh, off the tip of her racket. And a massive angle allowed. A whopping gap as Cortina tried to cover.
First set.
There's that look playing it just before it found the fence.
Gematria to serve.
Goats with the break.
$50 love.
Continue to look to go over the top of Gemma Triay. However, she's come up with the answer each time.
Fall. $30 love.
Florida Goats, 30 love.
$40 love.
And this is going very quickly to the Goats. 40 love, set point. And the first set.
Florida
Whoa.
Goats.
The Florida Goats doing some quick work against the Miami Paddle Club. The women fighting hard right now on the side of the Goats, picking up the 6-1 set.
Llego hasta acá, No. ¿Me voy?
Second set. Palma Cortina to serve.
Second set, now ready to go.
All 15. $15
Lifted Osoro. Fantastic lob, Triay. You can see the damage the lob can do in this sport. Brings Miami all the way back to the court. They got to work their way back in.
$50-40.
Flats the return, charging the net, Triay. Beautiful ball. Naria. Calls send it up. They move to the net. And there's just too much heat off of the triai paddle.
Game Flowrida. First game, second set.
First game to Florida. That's how they started set number 1. And a look now to the commissioner of the PPL, Marcos Del Pilar. And also, he's got a few friends with him. Why not? Everyone having a good time. Daddy Yankee as well. Owner of the Florida Goats. And international superstar. And of course, we've got another friend with us, Alexander Delgado.
Sí, claro, activo.
Might as well come
And
and join the party. The sport bringing out all the big names. This past week, there was a matchup between Andre Agassi and David Beckham here in Miami. With so many faces here for the Miami Open as well. And now staying, of course, for this event number 1 of the PPL.
Play. $50 love.
Early break for the Florida Goats. The second set.
Second serve.
Soto taking some of the pace off the serve. And a good read. As soon as you see that smash about to take place,
30 love.
both defenders sprint to the net. Prepare for the bounce off the wall. Well done from Miami. 15-all.
Love.
Rodriguez trying to get around this side of that ball. Just missing her point of contact.
$40-15.
Quick touch. Rodriguez. Cortina's on the move. And gets caught coming back across the net.
Florida 2 games to love. Second set, ball change.
A hold for Florida brings us to 2-love. See how the Florida Goats doing a nice job spreading out their shots, moving the ball from right to left, and then pressuring once they see Miami out of position. Soto will have the first return. They call her the Viking.
Nuria
From
Rodriguez to
Argentina.
serve. We knew balls.
Stands at just 5'5". Top 15 player.
Below 15. Below 30.
Sends that off the wall. Defense again for Triay. Oh, beautiful volley. Head height. Few placement shots. Maria coming around. Nice, Chiquita. Oh. Cortina trying to close out. At one point ranked the top U.S. paddle player. Played collegiate tennis in her day. The NAI national champion. Flowrida's trying to find
Flowrida 3 games to love, second set.
the last ball cross court, but instead it's a break for Florida. Now up 3-0.
Tú sigue trabajando en lo mismo, caminar para adelante hasta que la tengas fácil, tiras el globo. Acuérdate que de este lado se te va a ir más, se te va a ir más. Bueno, ya te queda alguna. Ahí en una te apuraste un poquito, te apuraste en una en vez de acelerar el tantito más con el ferio, más de víbora. Pero sigue trabajando en lo mismo, caminar para adelante, moviéndote atrás, exagerando el movimiento del pie. Jugándola fácil, caminando en la volea y suéltale si la llegas a tener. Venga,
Gami, hijo de puta.
Gemma Triay to serve.
Having found 2 breaks here in the second set, the Florida Goats up 3-0. So technical, Triay. Beautiful preparation. Hanging on to the door frame.
Love. All.
First real unforced error from Triay. Oh, well done. Osoro
30-15.
showing power, going with the finesse. Good recognition, the defense in front of her. Good turn. Paloma Cortina.
30-all.
Line-to-line winner. 30-all.
$40-30.
Try off the
Flowrida.
glass and finding a fantastic spot. Back cross court.
Paloma Cortina to serve.
4-love.
$50 love.
Marks only the second unforced error for Triay. Return finds the fence. 30 love, Miami.
Fall. Let first serve.
Solid location for Miami.
40 love.
Almost handcuffs Triay on the half volley. Found her backhand, even on her forehand side.
Second serve.
Strong first volley.
In Miami, Florida.
Miami gets a point in the second set.
Que metió este bola seguida, vamos. Gracias, Marta. Ya, pero... Vamos, ¿eh? Va un poquito mejor, va, un poquito mejor. Vamos. ¿Cómo tiramos los restos ahora para abajo? Sí. Hacemos el resto, nos agarramos.
Veis que el globo vaya. La velocidad por abajo, no puedes correr más firme, alguna media velocidad, porque ellas ponen bien, cuanto más firme,
cuanto más fuerte,
mejor ellas. No tienen que hacer nada, están paradas,
Y así te da más tiempo también.
Sí, a ver si ves.
Vamos ahora con calma, ¿eh? Este ritmo. Vamos a trabajar un poquito el globo, ¿eh? El globo te da un poquito de calidad ahora, ¿vale? A ver si nos queda opción.
¿Vamos contra ahora?
Y acá pueden tirar tantito más del globo.
Venga, vamos,
Vamos, chicos.
Vamos, Paloma, ¿eh? Dale que está bien.
To serve.
A boost as Miami picks up a game here in the second set.
Low 15.
Man, that would have been dirty. Whew.
Fall.
Man, it just sounds different coming off of her racket.
15-all.
Watch the anticipation, the load.
$30-15.
The low bounce. That's where things so much change. Dropping that point of contact, finding that backspin. Really tough ball for Tea out of the corner. Backhand lob. Back to the net now on the volley. Recovery. Osoro.
40-15.
40-15 now.
Game Florida. Florida lead
And the quick
5-1.
game.
Second set.
5-1 now. Florida Goats
Luria Rodriguez to serve.
just one game away from picking up the match win and the first point of the series between the Miami Paddle Club and the Florida Goats. for Triay.
Ball 15.
Frustration, no doubt. Rodriguez just not playing her way. Tried that
15-all.
roll off the end of her racket. Side spin to the fence, finds the fence first. Great step from Rodriguez. Longest rally to this point. Rodriguez. It's in the back. Once more. They had the goats at bay, sitting playing defense all the way at the back glass.
15-30.
Instead, defense wins out.
$15-40.
Error on their turn brings us to a match point. Soft touch. To the corner. Rodriguez. Bajada. And it's a good one. Finds Triay right in front of the net. And there's the match. The Florida Goats quickly put on a show against the Miami Paddle Club, 6-1, 6-1. A tough competition for the Miami Paddle Club, who dropped the women's match. However, they've got a men's match coming, showcasing two of the best in the world, Agustin Zapia and his partner, John Sands. We've only had one match loss throughout the weekend, and it was a bit of a stunner, but nonetheless, Coqui Nieto, of course, Javi Barahona, put up an amazing win against them. However, I have a feeling Agustin Tapia and John Sands are going to go the distance here in event #1 of Miami. We'll get a chance here in a short minute. Hear the words of our winners. Aranza Osoro and Gemma Triay. An impressive performance by these two. Count the number of errors or unforced errors on their side. Maybe only 2 or 3 in total through 2 sets played. Played some incredibly clean paddle. Getting ready for our winners interview. The Ultra Paddle Club, cloaked in palm fronds. And right now, umbrellas and massive paddle fans. We send it now to Javi Carrasco with our winners interview.
Aquí estamos con las ganadoras de este encuentro. Gemma Triay y Aranza Zuesoro, enhorabuena, chicas. Bueno, lo primero de todo, ¿cómo sienta la victoria y encima hacerlo delante de
How does it feel to win in front of Daddy Yankee?
Junto con Alexander de gente de zona.
the game, and as well with Alexander and the gente de zona. Good afternoon. It's wonderful. Thank you, Daddy Yankee, for the support, for trusting me. We're enjoying a beautiful week. It's very important for us to get this win. It's been a tough one. We're trying to at least get 1 point. Now we're going to be with the guys, trying to support. I think that at the end, the Pro Padel League is important for paddle in the US, and we will try to be here giving our best to provide for the team.
¿Cómo de bueno es para el pádel que estéis aquí jugando en Miami, que estéis haciéndolo delante de toda esta gente y que estén entusiasmados todos?
How good is for the sport to be playing in front of these people, spreading the sport in the US? First of all, thank you, Gemma. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and the whole team for representing the GOATs. It's a very big pleasure. For us, it's an opportunity to be here in Miami, playing in these conditions, offered by the Pro Padel League. I think it's a very big opportunity for the players, and for paddle, of course. And having people like the big boss, Daddy Yankee, betting on the sport, for us, it's a big opportunity. I'm really grateful. Thanks again for all the people getting involved with the sport in the US.
Por esa victoria. No os perdáis el siguiente partido porque nada, tendremos otro. Hasta ahora.
There's no doubt about it. A massive supporter, Daddy Yankee is, of the Pro Padel League. And of course, the Florida Goats, his team, who just picked up the women's match. Coming up next, the men that take championship court. You'll get a chance to see the best go head to head.